Hi everyone, today we are going to discuss our first lesson. The topic is applications of microorganisms. First of all, what are known as microorganisms? The unicellular or multicellular organisms, which cannot be seen by the naked eye, are known as microorganisms. Microorganisms can be categorized into three groups. They are bacteria, fungi, algae, and protozoa. Virus is also a group of microorganisms. These microorganisms has the ability to adapt for different environmental conditions and modes of nutrition. Let's talk about characteristics of microorganism categories and examples for them. Study the table given below. Let's talk about environments and substrates of microorganisms. Microorganisms live within all the ecosystems on the Earth. Microbes can survive even under extreme environmental conditions. Hot water springs, salt marshes, liquids such as petrol and diesel are some such environments. Let's talk about effects of microorganisms. Microorganisms have been used in different industries by humans from the past. Microorganisms are beneficial for the environmental equilibrium. But they can also be harmful to humans because some of them act as pathogens and spoil food. Beneficial effects of microorganisms. Microorganisms are used in agriculture, medicine, conservation of environment, and in different kinds of industries in seek of economical advantages and for research purposes. Applications of microorganisms in agriculture. Gene technology. In agriculture, crop harvest is enhanced and enriched by producing drought-resistant and pest-resistant crops and crops with high nutrients and taste with the aid of microorganisms. Further, biological pesticides and weedicides are developed using microorganisms. Genes of the bacterium Erwinia urdivora is used in developing golden rice enriched with vitamin A. Genes of the bacterium Bacillus thuringiensis is muted in Z maize genome to produce toxins to crop pests. Nitrogen fixation. 78% of nitrogen exists naturally in the atmosphere. Plants have a limited ability to absorb it directly. But rhizobium, a type of bacteria that lives in the nodules of legumes, such as beans and peas, have the ability to absorb atmospheric nitrogen directly. This process is known as nitrogen fixation. Azotobacter, a free-living nitrogen-fixing bacteria, is directly added to the cultivation lands. They are known as biofertilizers. Biofertilizers are the substances which make the soil rich with nutrients by using microorganisms. Producing compost. Compost is prepared by decomposition of organic matter by microorganisms. Compost adds mineral to the soil systematically and makes favorable conditions for plants to grow. Organic matter in compost is decomposed by bacteria and fungi. Let's talk about biopesticides. Some of the microorganisms can be used as biopesticides to control insect pests that cause damage to the crops. Example: fungus alternaria is used to combat the aquatic weed, Salvinia. Let's talk about applications of microorganisms in medicine. Use of microorganisms to treat the diseases caused by another